set up YouTube first, just because it's easier. So we're now live on YouTube.
Oh.
So I don't know who's. We have one person watching, but sometimes this is one person, and I'm actually the one person. You know, if that makes any sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah. So we may not have anyone on YouTube yet, but we'll see. I'm just trying to work out whether we're live on Facebook as well. I need to copy over the status so people. We have two. No, now this says. Oh.
Me.
Oh, one was you, was it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this has got up to 2, and then got straight back down again. Oh well.
I don't know if I can share it on YouTube, can I?
It's fine. I'm about to go live on Facebook as well.
Oh, I'll share it on there then.
Did you just go back onto YouTube? Well, hey, hello, Henry. Henry's we've got 3 now on the YouTube live. Just trying to get us live on Facebook as well. Hopefully that's slightly better lighting wise as well. I've switched the cameras around, so there were some audio issues on Facebook and there were some lighting issues on YouTube. So I've switched the 2 cameras around. So hopefully this is better. And we've got Hetty Austin on the phone. Hetty would like to say hello to YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
What have you been up to today? You said you woke up at 2:00.
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely, like this is the worst day for doing nothing since the lockdown began. Most days I've done a workout or done something. Not today.
Not today.
And I feel terrible for it.
Surely it's nicer because don't your muscles get like? I find if I exercise every day, I go out every day, but if I exercise every day, I feel like I need a rest day at some point.
Yeah, my muscles are falling apart. Like I pulled my shoulder, taken my inhaler. I've done my hip in. I've done my knee in.
Oh God, Jesus! But you feel worse for not doing it.
Yeah, but it's the fact that I'm doing it and I can feel smug about doing it. That's the main reason I do anything, Andrew. It's just
to feel smug. Is it your personal smugness, or is there someone you're like competing with?
Well, Anna, my boyfriend, I feel quite smug over, but also it's a weird procrastination thing that I could be, doing some actual writing or some working or, making my comedy career better, but nah.
No.
Do some squats.
You're getting some smug squats in.
Yeah, that's right. It's like lockdown before, isn't it?
Have you been doing lots of squats then? Is that your kind of go-to exercise?
Yeah, so I've got a personal trainer and he does favour the squat.
Mm-hmm.
In the regime he's given me, there are about 4 different types of squats.
4 different. How can you have different types of squat? I don't understand that.
So there's like a normal squat, and then there's like a squat with a kettlebell, and there's like a lunging squat, and there's a wide face squat. There's loads.
Fair enough. It's completely passed me by the variety of squatting available. Right, I'm gonna about to go live on Facebook. Hopefully this works. I hope it's this microphone. That's the thing. Right, so we are now also live on Facebook. So hello Facebook and hello YouTube. We are live for this week's Pulse of the Nation. So thank you for joining us. We've got 3 on YouTube and none on Facebook. So nice solid start. I feel like I didn't promote it as much this. I just got a notification for my online Scrabble app. Sorry if you've heard that.
So did I.
Yeah. New Scrabble club has started. That's why it's the same. We recently had a Scrabble game. You won it.
I did win it. I'm not very good at Scrabble.
You did know because I feel like I was playing with you and Joe, so another comedian, Joe Wells. We've been playing Scrabble on our Scrabble Go app, and you guys always get the triple word kind of squares, and you just can't compete with a triple word square.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. I'm not cheating, but Al does help me, and he gets quite. I say that I'm going to go for this word, and he gets very angry and makes me find a different one.
That's fine as long as it's human. Like I don't want you using an anagram app,
I'm not cheating that way, but I got absolutely smashed by Joe, like by a good 100-point lead.
Oh, that is mega.
It was terrible. It was really bad.
My friend Henry's just said he also got the notification. So we're all getting Scrabble Go notifications at the moment. And that's kind of the one thing unifying this country at the moment is the fact that we've all got Scrabble Go on our phones, and it's just let us know that this week's Scrabble Club has started. So
we're all nerds. That's what's happened there.
Pretty exciting life we've all got going on. I said this the other day, but I went for an outside sit yesterday. That was the event of my day, was going out for an outside sit.
I can't even do that. No outside space.
Oh yes, I feel bad shouldn't have brought that up. Sorry, Hetty.
Well, to this, I'm sitting in the armchair by the window, and that is different.
That's nice. Oh, I wish we had an armchair. That would be. I'm finding my office chair is getting very uncomfortable at this point. I think my bum has kind of. It's not found like a kind of memory foam imprint. It's if anything, it's kind of digging into the wrong places. It's very strange. Yeah. Are you sitting in the same chairs every day?
So when I'm working, I've got, as I have to do my 9 to 5 job, which is fun. So I'm sat in an office chair all day. That's actually more comfortable than my chair at work.
Really?
So my back's not hurting as much as it does at work. So when I go back, I shall be visiting health and safety to get myself a new chair.
Yeah, get yourself right on that. You deserve some orthopedic luxury.
That's right.
Josh Cox has said in the YouTube comments that Al looks a lot like artificial intelligence (brackets AI). So are we sure that you're not cheating on the Scrabble? You're saying Al, but actually written down as AI. Is that what you're?
I can confirm nor deny.
Okay, right. If I find out you've been cheating at Scrabble Go, Hetty, I will be furious. Hello, thank you everyone that's joining us on Facebook. I think the audio is fixed on Facebook now because we have a much higher retention rate and the visuals are much better on YouTube. This is all working out. Thank you for joining us. Let us know in the comments. You can comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube. But welcome to this Pulse to the Nation. Today we're discussing 3 very big issues that for some reason just aren't being covered by the news at the moment. I don't know. I can't possibly think of any reason why. Can you, Hetty?
I stopped watching the news.
You stopped watching the news?
They could be covered. I wouldn't know.
That is a good point. Yeah. Maybe it's old news now. It's all old news. Everyone's been talking about why pouting is that's the first question, by the way, to introduce the theme of the show. First question is pouting the worst selfie trend? So you're quite passionate. Because I message every guest before we start Pulse of the Nation. Thank you, Alex FB. He says he loves the new studio. It's the same studio. It's just got it's just from a different angle. Sam says the audio is still shite on Facebook. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know what to do about that. Anyway, I message every guest before Pulse of the Nation starts, and I say, "Is there anything you're particularly passionate about?" And you said straight away. I mean, it was weird how quickly you had it ready as an answer.
It was so quick.
Pouting. I hate pouting, and I would like to talk about pouting. So, I'll open the floor to you, Hetty. What you think pouting is the worst selfie trend? Give us your thoughts.
I just think it looks ridiculous. I mean, what sane person thinks if they stick their mouth out like the duck makes them look attractive? I hate it. I hate it. It's ridiculous. What's wrong with a smile? I know I sound like a grandma, but what's wrong with smiling in your photos? I want to see you happy. I don't want to see you pretending to be sexy. Yeah. And inevitably, you don't look sexy whilst you're doing it. You look like you've strained something. You look like you're going for a poo.
So you that was a very passionate rant about pouting and selfies. But is it the worst trend? Do you don't think there's anything worse out there? So Sam says ducks are sexy.
They're not. If I wanted to look at a sexy duck, I'd look at a duck.
The worst thing about it is there's definitely duck porn out there. Sorry to bring that up. We're 5 minutes into the show and I've completely brought down the tone of this. It's not your fault, Hetty.
It's good to know your lockdown's going well, Andy.
I'll think about duck porn. That's what I'm up to. Jack Sadler says, "How many pouts do you actually see nowadays? This feels like an old trend." You see it quite a lot, do you, Hetty?
I'm telling you, I see it quite a lot. I have quite a lot of female relatives that do this. Younger girls. And I might offend them, but you all look stupid. Stop it. Well, they're all beautiful young girls doing it, and there's absolutely no need. There's no need.
Jack Seller says Daffy Duck would get it. So that's an interesting topic of debate. We'll add that into the mix whilst we're discussing selfie trends. Who is the sexiest duck? Is it Daffy? Is it Donald? Let us know. Which duck would you? I don't know why I'd phrased it like that, but which duck would you like to bang if you had to pick one? This really has taken a strange turn early on, Hetty. I do apologise.
What's the duck from Marvel? Isn't that there?
Oh yes.
He's a promiscuous duck, isn't he?
What is Howard the Duck? Is it?
Yeah.
That's touted quite often as a very bad superhero film, Howard the Duck, but I've never actually seen it.
Have you seen it?
No, have you?
Well, I'm asking my boyfriend if he's seen Howard the Duck.
Oh, right.
He's seen it.
He has seen it. And what is? So you're there with Al. What does Al think about Howard the Duck?
What did you think of Howard the Duck?
It's a bit of a cult movie now.
It's a cult movie now, he said.
But it's not the best.
It's not the best.
Hello, Tina, watching on Facebook. Thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting. Henry Futcher on YouTube says the Duck Pub in Laverstock. So near Salisbury, there's a pub called the Duck Pub. He thinks that's the sexy. At the moment, I think pubs are very sexy.
Yeah, I am lusting after a pub garden. I'm not a pub garden sort of person.
Yeah, I'd love to. I just spotted in the YouTube comments I've missed a very obvious. I said, which duck would you like to bang? We missed the possibility for which duck would you. I can't believe that. Thank you for pointing that out, Sanj.
That's because my mind's not sorted like Sanj's. That's why.
We're all innocent here. So that's the question. That's not the opening question, but it's a question if you'd like to answer it. Which duck would you fuck? Connor Jones says Scrooge McDuck would get a good roddering from him. Cam says Daisy Ducks again. The phrasing of this I think it's the phrasing more than anything. Like if we're just discussing this as what's the sexiest cartoon duck, it would be like a funny conversation. But it's the phrasing of Scrooge McDuck would get a good roddering and Daisy Ducks getting pumped. I think that's.
Oh my God! What have you invited me onto, Andrew? I was having a nice little pleasant chat.
I'm so sorry, Hetty. It's not normally like this.
Oh my goodness!
Taking a very different turn. Sam says Jemima Puddle Duck.
She's too innocent.
She is too innocent. Yeah, that's just not on. That's really childhood ruining.
I think if you're looking at Jemima Puddle Duck and thinking those sort of thoughts, you've got a problem.
Yeah, I think maybe we should move away from the duck chat and get back to selfies. That's our first.
I'll tell you this quickly. There was one time in my life that I was convinced I was getting followed by two ducks.
You were convinced you're getting followed by two ducks?
I saw two ducks everywhere I went. And I was living in Winchester and I came back to Portsmouth for the weekend and I still saw two ducks in both cities, just in random places everywhere.
Can you be sure they were the same ducks?
I'm sure they were the same ducks, absolutely. They were fans. Okay,
fair enough. That's a bit strange. Would you pick those ducks? Would they be your sexiest ducks if you had to pick a sexy duck?
I have to say this. The fact that I have to say this is bad. I don't want to fuck a duck.
Okay, yeah, that's important to clarify. This is all hypothetical. None of us. I mean, I can't speak for the viewers. Maybe you do, but personally, here in the studio, we do not want to have sex with ducks, and we do not condone sex with ducks.
No, and that's why I find the selfie pouting duck face trend disgusting.
Thank you for bringing that back on track. We're talking about selfies.
I'm good.
You're very good. I was about to get completely run away with Connor Jones's comment that Daffy is a right dirty bastard. I've heard, but we're not going to talk about it. We're going to keep on talking about selfie trends. You don't like pouting. I got a comment from Charlotte McDonald earlier in the week. She says her worst selfie trend. The thing that she hates the most is when people take a selfie and the flash covers their face. So a tactical flash in the mirror or something like that, and then you can't see the person's face in the selfie.
I guess that is annoying, but as someone that doesn't really like their face, sometimes that's quite trendy.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite handy if I could cover the face. My favourite type of filter is one that whites my face out so you can hardly see it.
I see. So you're but why? What else? Surely that's just a picture of whiteness. Like some people, I see it on like dating apps will have they'll be like topless men with very good bodies, but then they have flash on their face because obviously they think their body's very attractive, but their face isn't. Which is, let's not get into the sad topic of body image and self-esteem. But that's kind of understandable. Not understandable, but you know, they're showing off their body. Are you just sending pictures of whited out face, or are you getting your body out? Are you getting your?
I don't know why I said that. I do favour a filter that does white, sort of like lighten my face to make it smoother. Amaro on Instagram is my favourite for that. But I do love taking an ugly selfie. They are my favourite types of selfie, and I think that's why I don't understand the duck face selfie, because I think there's nothing better than taking a selfie where you look absolutely stupid and funny in, rather than ones where you're trying to be sexual.
Yeah, Dawn Pilbeam agrees with you. She says that selfie pouting should be outlawed. Put a little winky face there.
Every time that I see someone pouting in their selfie, and I'm talking about guys as well, because guys do it, I instantly lose respect for you.
Yeah, but we were on my brother Pete's just commented, when you just join and sex with ducks is all you hear. I do apologise if you just randomly tuned in and we've been talking about duck sex, but we're back on track now. We were on a video chat earlier, and I did a pout as a joke, and both you and Danica said I looked good with a pout. It suited me.
Yeah, but I think like you were doing it in a funny way, like you were doing it for a joke, and that's acceptable. If you're doing it seriously, that's where the danger is for me.
Unironic pouting is way off the. Oh, we've got a caller coming in. Answer this. Hello, who's there? It's just counting down. We're counting up. We're all connected. We're connected to the call, but unfortunately, we're not hearing you if you're there. Oh, well, I'm afraid we'll have to hang up on you, but please do call back. Maybe there's just a slight error.
You.
Oh. Somebody put on a very funny voice and said, "I love you." That's our first prank call of the series. I feel like I should have confetti down. I think it was my brother Pete who's.
It wasn't really a prank though. He was just saying, "I love you."
Oh, that's a prank in my books. Anyone saying sincerely that they have affection for me, I can't take that seriously, Hetty.
No, that's not it's not a Seymour Butts, is it?
Yeah, no, Seymour Butts. That's a classic. You don't get many of those prank calls anymore.
I think that's you need a landline for that, don't you?
Yeah, I know one uses landlines. Jack Sadler says, "I love you, Andrew." Thank you, Jack. Henry says, "Oh, someone's got a secret admirer." Yeah. Oh, I suppose it is. No caller ID. Very, very secretive. The first kind of drama of the series. Who is my secret admirer?
I hope it was someone for me. I could do with the self-confidence.
That's a good point. It may have been for our guest comedian. I don't know if I actually probably introduced you earlier. Sorry, Hetty Austin down the line.
Hi. Hello.
It was a bit weird to introduce you 15 minutes into the show, but yes, we've got Hetty. Maybe it was for you, Hetty. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't for me, but thanks. I'm just trying to make myself feel better.
We've got some other kind of selfie trends written down here. So half face, that's another thing where you only show half the face.
As long as that's half the face isn't pouting, I think that's okay.
So as long as they're not pouting in the half face, you're fine with that. And then the other thing, which I'm very guilty of, I feel like people look up to a corner, I can't. I'm trying to display it visually, but I realise you're down Jake. The phone. Yeah, Jake does it a lot.
Jake. Yeah, that's quite bad.
Friend of ours and fellow comedian Jake Young. You look into the corner of somewhere, so your eyes are. I think it makes your eyes look bigger. I suppose, a bit more kind of.
I find that the looking up to the corner the equivalent of white male comedians scratching their head in their promo shots.
Oh yeah, classic kind of poster pose.
Yeah, that irritates me on that level.
We just had some comments on YouTube. You can comment on Facebook as well. Get involved. Jack Henry said, "I think that was Hugh Jass, lol." And Jack said, "I'm looking for a Hugh Jass. Is there a Hugh Jass here?" So, what are your favourite? You gotta. Yes, you shake that booty. I'm trying to.
I've got a huge ass. Very square though. I've been talking about this whilst I'm working out. I would have thought with the amount of squats, it would have rounded off, but mine's very rectangular. I don't enjoy that.
You got a rectangle. I've never noticed that, Hetty, personally. I'm not that I'm looking
at a picture. I'll send it to you in a bit.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll have a look at the geometry of your bum. Peter White says, pouts are amazing. They're used to test the quality of a camera and see if you can break the camera in one move. I succeed a lot. P.S. It wasn't me that pranked. So somebody else is a secret admirer. We don't know who it is. They're not my brother Pete. Danica has put on YouTube, how about the Belfie? I don't know what the Belfie is. Do you know?
No.
Is that when you get the bell end and the face in?
Well, that's immediately what I thought.
Yeah, that's where our minds went. Maybe I've kind of tainted our minds by talking about duck sex, but that is our first thought. Let us know, Danica, what is a Belfie? Alex FP says the fake accidental selfies are pretty bad. If you want to post a nice picture of yourself, just own it. So that's a good point. You own your selfies. Don't pretend like they're candid. If you take a nice picture, put it up on Instagram and be proud of it.
Yeah, but some people shouldn't be proud of it.
Some people should. That's very true. Just a reminder that we're here at Pulse of the Nation, we do support self-esteem and body image. So please don't take everything to heart.
Yeah, but take silly ones. Take silly ones.
Take some silly ones with your pretty ones. Don't get too bogged down in how you look. Henry Futcher says, I think that was actually Haywood Jablomi. Haywood Jablomi.
Oh, that's an unfortunate surname.
Isn't it just? Danica says, butt selfie. A Belfie is a butt selfie. Hello, Tina, who's just joined us on YouTube as well. Hi, Tina. Thank you for joining us. Says, hi, Andrew, from your #1 fan. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Tina. So a butt selfie. What do you think? What are your thoughts on butt selfies?
I feel like I might have sent Danica some of them and not realised.
Do you not? So you've commented butt selfie for consideration, Danica, but do you actually dislike butt selfies? My nan's just joined on Facebook. Lovely stuff. Great timing. Do you dislike butt selfies? So Danica's brought up the Belfie, which apparently is a butt selfie. Are you against them, or are you just commenting that they're a thing?
Is Danica just saying that because she doesn't want me sending pictures of my arse anymore?
Yeah, maybe she's using my phone in debate show to send you messages. Actually, like, please stop sending me selfies of your butt.
Yeah.
So I can't believe that we've almost filled 20 minutes talking about pouting and selfies. Actually, to be fair, we've had 3 different talker topics. We've had #1, what is the worst selfie topic, which was the official topic for this conversation. #2, which is the sexiest duck. And #3, what are your favorite prank call names? Which Sam says, which duck is your nan into? I'm not gonna. I will ask her. I will ask my nan. If you can comment on Facebook, I don't know if she knows how to get involved with the live stream, but if you can, Nan, let me know what your favorite duck is.
I do have a favorite duck, but it's not one I want to have coitus with.
Coitus, yeah. You don't want to have coitus with that quack, yeah.
Like, you are too young for this reference, but there used to be a program called Rosie and Jim.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to go out on the canal boat and they used to have a really good theme tune. It used to go Rosie and Jim, Rosie and Jim, and halfway through it there would be a wooden duck on top and its beak would open and it would go wah, and that's my favourite duck of all time.
I like that. I'm gonna go watch that on YouTube. I'm gonna write that down.
It's
Rosie
great.
and Jim. My brother Pete says, how do you take a selfie of your ass? I find it hard because there's always a crack in the screen. Way-oh. It's a good point though. That's a hard angle to get the butt selfie. It is a hard thing to, in all seriousness.
You can't really see my arse for all the hair on it, so.
So you have a rectangular hairy arse. That's what we've established. On that lovely note, we're going to move on to our next topic. Don't forget, you can get involved in the show if you'd like to call in. Go 07827 333 566. And yes, that is my personal number. Give us a call if you want to get involved. As we move on to the next topic, what is the best social media? Now, do you have any immediate thoughts, Hetty?
I don't really. I think Instagram is the one that you want to like, the one I aspire to. But I do check Facebook, and Facebook, I come off so angry, but my Facebook is the first of the socials that I check.
Yeah, it is. I think it is the best kind of one to check into for family and friends and what's happening. Not for news. I think for news, I'd go to Twitter.
News? What, for Twitter?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Twitter is where I'm getting all my news from.
Would you not just check a news site for news?
Well, I mean, I would, but before I get a chance to sit down and check BBC News or whatever, it's already in my Twitter feed. Like the Twitter news cycle is very far ahead of me ever checking it.
I think that's because you're a young person.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'm showing my Gen Z-ness because it's a problem in my household because my mum loves reading me the news. She likes to read the news out loud. But the problem is I've already seen the news on Twitter, so I'm just getting a 2-hour delay. Every time I see something on Twitter, I'm like, Mum's going to tell me that in 2 hours.
We're having this problem in the lockdown in that me and my boyfriend are sending each other memes that we've already seen, and it takes the pleasure out of...
Oh.
I know. I really hate it. And I send something, it's like, I saw that 2 hours ago.
That is heartbreaking. That is, in many ways, I think that's the worst thing happening right now in the world.
That's the worst. It's the absolute worst.
I was quickly going to read some comments out from YouTube. Cam says Twitter is 100% best. Henry Futcher also says definitely Twitter. Jack Sadler says Twitter. Danica says MySpace. And FP says Christian Mingle. We do have to consider Christian Mingle as your favourite. As potentially your favorite social media. Xander on Facebook says, why be depressed with actual news when you can be hilarious idiocies of Twitter? So he's very much in favor of Twitter as well. Dawn Pilbeam says Twitter defo, Andrew. So overwhelmingly, a lot of people are into Twitter.
Yeah, I like the Twitter for the gift. I like doing a funny thing with a funny gift. That's my favourite on Twitter.
GIFs don't really work on other platforms as well. Do you ever get that weird Facebook link where it's like a GIF, but it's linked to a GIF, and you click to play the GIF, and then it takes you to a new website.
Yeah,
and then
that's the fact.
Yeah, and then you subscribe.
And I don't really have any followers on Twitter, which is also I feel like I'm just talking to no one. But it's also quite nice too.
Well, plug your Twitter. What's your Twitter, Hetty? We'll get it plugged.
Oh, no, don't. It's a really old, embarrassing one. I did this at uni. My Twitter is Het Up About Het.
Het Up About Het. I was about to write it down. So
it's a really complicated Twitter.
It's long. It's a long Twitter name. But if you want to go follow Hetty, if you're a fan of Twitter, at Het Up About Het.
The reason that I've gone for that is because we had a discussion about if you had a romantic film made of what would it be? And I said I'd call mine Het Up About Het. That's a very good rom-com name. What would your rom-com names be? We'll throw that into the mix as well. Do you have a name for your rom-com? Peter White says Facebook is the biggest social, but do you agree it's making more people with mental health issues? That is a very good point. I think Facebook is probably the worst for kind of mental welfare. And Facebook is trash.
Yeah, it's the biggest, as he says. But it's not good for your feelings.
I really dislike the fact that my mum joined Facebook just a few months before all of this kicked off.
Hetty, you're really suffering. You're seeing memes, that you've already seen. Your mum's on Facebook.
She keeps sending me like she's become a Facebook mum. You know, the type that I mean, that sends you those follow-on things and stuff like that. My mum doesn't understand that the things that I send her are funny, and the things that she sends me are absolute shite.
Since you not learned the difference yet. Do you think she ever will, or is it just kind of a case of can't teach an old dog new tricks?
And I have my conversation with her, and she says the words, apparently this is the news, and I have to ask her where did you get that information from, Mum? She says Facebook, that's instant bollocks. I don't believe that. Because she sees it in black and white on Facebook.
Yeah, it feels official because she doesn't know how it all works.
Yeah.
I was quickly read some YouTube comments. Now, where's that disappeared to? Cam says Reddit is his best. Now, I wrote this down actually. Like Reddit and TikTok, like it's a form of social media, but I don't think we can count it in the best social media debate. Henry agrees with me. He says Reddit isn't social media; it's just bollocks and porn. Charlotte says all of my family has added me on Facebook in the last week. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Let us know, Charlotte. And we have some rom-com titles to read out in a minute as well. But do you think Reddit's a proper social media?
I don't know what it is. To show my age, I think it's isn't it just like memes and stuff? Reddit. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more of a forum, really. I wouldn't count it as a.
See, I feel like this year is the year that I'm turning 30 this year, and I feel I feel that with the invention of TikTok, and I've gone, that's the social media I stay away from.
Yeah, I have to admit, I have got. If you want to follow me on TikTok, guys, at Stand Up Andrew, go check out my amazing TikToks I've been doing. It's fun. It is fun. Go on.
But I have so many friends who are telling me I think TikTok is your platform, because I used to like Dub Smash. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
I used to like that.
Nice throwback. I didn't.
Like you're saying it's like from the 50s, like 20 years ago.
I didn't mean retro. I said, oh my god, that's so cool. Our grandparents used this. I meant as in a throwback, as in I can't explain myself. Yeah, dub smash.
That was a big trend, wasn't it? But I thought, isn't TikTok just an evolution?
Do you know what I was impressed with TikTok? And I'll read out your rom-com titles as well. Thank you for commenting them. But I was impressed with TikTok about how many video effects you could do. Like you can really do some impressive video editing on the go.
My friend Chloe, she's in Australia. She's doing all these Tiger King ones, and they're amazing. So she's got all the backgrounds and everything, and she seems to have all the outfits for all the characters.
The outfits don't come with the app. I'm afraid you don't get mailed a bunch of outfits when you download TikTok. I was going to quickly read out some rom-com titles. So yours would be Het Up About Het, which is also your Twitter account if you want to follow. Xander on Facebook says rom-com name for me would probably be A Gander with Xander, an epic adventure rom-com. When Jackie met the TV's cut off half of the comments, so I can't read yours, Cam. When Jackie met Cameron, I guess that would be. Where's the other one? Josh Cox says Andrew and Drew. That would be my rom-com. So I'd meet somebody also called Andrew, but known as Drew. We had another rom-com. I've lost it now. So sorry if I've lost your rom-com title. We've got a new comment on Facebook as well. Oh no, this is all because there's so many screens. I'm losing it. Dawn says good point, Peter, about Facebook being bad for mental health. Long thread about porn in the YouTube comments about whether social media should have porn or whether the best social media involves porn. Maybe even duck porn. Little callback for you.
No, go somewhere else for that.
Yeah, go somewhere else, as in nowhere. Please don't do this. We don't condone duck sexual activity. Jack Seller just followed me on TikTok. Thank you, Jack. Charlotte says, it means that Facebook has become more obsolete. I've not actually used it properly in a long time in terms of posting because I have so many family on there now. It's become what I want you to think my life is. I've decided to only get TikTok once my quarantine hits rock bottom. I also had made that promise, but I clearly hit rock bottom very recently. Somebody said about family WhatsApp groups. My family WhatsApp with my grandparents has shite patter and old memes. That doesn't sound fun, Jack. Does WhatsApp count as social media, do you think?
No, that's just like texting, isn't it?
But people do share stuff. Like things go viral on WhatsApp. People share memes to like groups and stuff, and then all of a sudden millions have seen it.
Yeah, share viruses, don't they?
Yeah, share.
I wouldn't count it as a social media. I wouldn't count it as one of the main socials. What would you count as the main socials?
Well, I think the big three: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah.
So those are what I think we have to consider between those three. But to bring in, somebody said MySpace earlier as a bit of a throwback, also MSN. I was in part of that very weird generation where for 2 or 3 years, Google Plus was a thing. Did you ever have Google Plus?
No, what was that? Oh, I might have done actually, but I don't know if I set it up properly.
It was Google. Yeah, it was Google social media. If you had a Gmail, you automatically had like an account, but you had to join forums and get friends and stuff, which was the main challenge.
I think that's where I'm done with social media now because I'm not actually that bothered by getting new friends.
Yeah, and as Charlotte said earlier, it made a very good point about because it's family. Like you don't want to post. Like if it was just a select group of friends, I'd be very open and post lots of more random shit, but I have to be wary that my nan is probably watching this live stream.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why I was very nervous about doing boutique comedy the other night live, because more of my family and friends had been watching it than they would necessarily come to the pub.
Oh,
they would
right.
actually see what I'm like. My father-in-law, but not in-law, has just joined Instagram and followed me, and I instantly had to scroll through and see what was on there for him to see.
Yeah.
Make sure it was all appropriate.
Yeah, you gotta make sure. I do that quite. I had a moment like that about a year ago where I went, I've had Twitter since I was like 13, 14. I should probably go back and check what I've tweeted. I deleted quite a few things, not because they weren't like offensive. It wasn't like Andre Gray secret homophobic tweets or anything. It was just like, I don't want people knowing that I was that cringy. My brother Peter's bought a Bebo. I don't even know what that is. He says it's the oldest social media. Do you know about Bebo?
Yeah, I did know about Bebo. I never had it though. You were far too young for this, but before MySpace, there was you used to make your own website through Pixos. That was a thing.
Pixar.
Everyone made their own website.
That's quite nice. I like that.
It was really good. Some people from that went on to become website builders and got careers out of it. I didn't.
Well,
You used to have this thing on there called a guest book.
Mm-hmm.
So you could write comments about what you felt about the website or the person on it, and it was all anonymous. And I took it upon myself, because I'm a twat, to write in everyone's guest book, "I am the hooded fish finger, come smell my fingers."
How old were you at the time?
13, 14.
Oh.
And I did it on my own as well to make it look like it wasn't me.
That's very tactical to post on your you can go to all your friends like, oh my god, have you seen my website guest book? Somebody's put this fish finger thing.
The thing is, I put so much effort into my Pixo, and I wish I had that energy and confidence to do that now for my own social media and my own self-marketing as a comedian, but I don't.
I want to come back to that. That's a really good point. I'm going to quickly read out some YouTube comments. Jack Sedler says it's not social media. I assume that's about WhatsApp. He's working from home. Can you speak a little quieter? Very sorry, Cam. I will turn down the volume. Although, on alternative, you could turn down the volume on yours. I said that's a joke anyway. Thank you for commenting, Cam. Lovely to see you again. I had forgot about it after a week. About WhatsApp. He downloaded WhatsApp, I assume. Charlotte says, I love Twitter, but I use it to connect to lawyers, so I can't really post fun things anymore. The Instagram is the only fun thing left. So Facebook's got a family, Twitter's got her lawyer friends, and now she's only left with Instagram. Now, I would put Instagram as my favorite social media. Do you agree?
Yeah, I would say that. But didn't you say that you are quite sacred with yours? You don't post everything that you would because you like it to be pretty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not kind of a professional like, I want people to look at my Instagram and think it's all professional. It's more like I really value Instagram. I like the aesthetics of it, and I don't post a lot on Instagram because I only want to post.
You don't want to taint it.
Exactly, yeah. So I only post when I've got a really nice picture.
I used to take before I had Instagram, I used to take the piss out of Instagram because it was just full of the pouting selfies and like taking pictures of food and stuff. And I have a friend who would only places if they were grammable.
Oh no, I don't like that. Do it for the gram. Is that what people say? Do it for the gram?
Yeah. I know I have become one of those people where if I say like we'll go somewhere nice for dinner, instead of me saying, oh, it looks really nice, it's really like well decorated, I'll go, it's very grammable. And I hate myself every time I say it.
Oh, you know, it just happens, doesn't it? You do it ironically, and then all of a sudden you are the thing.
Yeah.
So a few more YouTube comments. Big up Habo Hotel. That was, I don't know if you ever, probably maybe the wrong generation, but it was like a game where you could go into like a virtual hotel and talk with your friends. You're like in a hotel lobby, and I think that's what that was. LinkedIn, Andrew. That's a good point. There's a lot of content on LinkedIn. I didn't realize this.
I can't do a LinkedIn.
No, you don't have LinkedIn.
I did have, but I deleted it because I didn't have anything on it, and I was getting my day job stuff on it rather than actual stuff that I wanted. But no, I'm not a fan of LinkedIn. Only if I'm stalking someone.
Yeah,
that's my last one. I have to stalk
check
someone.
on LinkedIn.
I'll stalk them on LinkedIn.
The LinkedIn thing is,
you.
yeah, that's crazy. It tells you who's been viewing your profile. I mean, you can get apps that you can see that anyway, but yeah. Pete White said social media can get you fired, so having to hold back on social media. That's a good point as well. That's social media is a worry for careers.
Yeah, I don't have anyone on. I choose not to have my bosses on any social media now. Or if I do get people, I'll come clean with this. If I do have people that I don't want them seeing my stuff, I'll make sure they're blocked. Like, so we're still friends, but they don't see it. That's very clever. You got to hide your posts from select people. Yeah. I like on Instagram, you've got the close friends feature now, so you can pick who sees what's happening. Jack Teller says Yik Yak. Josh Cox says Yik Yak felt like it was around for a single week. What is Yik Yak? Please let us know. Do you remember Yik Yak? Do you know? Not a clue. No idea. You've lost us there with Yik Yak. Charlotte McDonald says I use Instagram like a visual diary now. A few photos of me, unless it's like an event. If it's pretty, I'll put it on. Or my cat. That is nice though. I like the visual element of Instagram. I follow so many dogs on Instagram that you know the bit where it's not your feed, but you go on like the
suggested,
the bit, the search bit, and it's like the photos that you don't necessarily you follow.
Mm-hmm.
All mine are Westies. They're all dogs.
I've got a confession to make. I've got a lot of bed on there. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't follow any like kind of models or like sports personalities. So I don't know how Instagram's like got into my psyche there. Greg Johnson's just on Facebook, a fantastic musician. If you're looking for some music content in this isolation, go check out Greg Johnson on Instagram and Facebook and all those other platforms. Speaking of platforms,
Instagram's cost me a lot of money, I think, because I'll post things and then I'll find a link to the clothes. Like I owe my whole wardrobe to Instagram.
Do you think Instagram? That's a good question about social media. What's the best social media for marketing? Because Instagram, that visual element is definitely it's appealing. We just found out what Yitcac is. Yitcac was like Twitter, but for a local area. Josh Cox says that's a good explanation. Jack Sadler says it was totally anonymous as well. So you could just post stuff about your local area and local people could see it.
I don't want that here. My neighbours clapped for Boris.
Oh, you were in one of those areas, right? I see. I didn't hear any clapping for. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even. No one's coming out of the house to clap for anything at the moment. I've not heard anyone when we go out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a bit odd. Charlotte McDonald says, I follow dogs, a chameleon, and a beetle on Instagram.
Yeah, I do follow a lot of dogs. And like, I dropped into conversation the other day to my friend at work. I was like, oh, yeah, well, the dogs I follow just had puppies. Oh. And she said, you said that. I said that was a completely normal sentence.
I think that is normal. That is normal in today's world. Some kind of dog personality that you're following. What are you following Instagram? Let us know. Comment down below on Facebook and on YouTube. Let us know what kind of accounts you follow. Not people. Don't let us know which people you follow. Just let us know, like, do you look at pictures of dogs or beetles or chameleons? Cam says, at what point do we start berating Andrew's guests? There's only 20 minutes left of the show. So last year, fuck it feels like a year. Last week, George Rigdon got called a virgin a lot. As a guest on the show, he got called abused by our fans. So I think there's a craving for that again. But Jack Sadler just said that we've only berated George. Sanj was chill. So I think you're off the hook, Hetty. No one's going to berate you.
Oh yeah, don't tell me. I'm very fragile.
I'm
nice. I'm a nice, kind person. That's my appeal.
You are a very lovely person.
Guide Award.
Yes, I should have picked you up, and we got the winner of Portsmouth Guide Awards 2019 down the phone.
That's right.
It's very exciting. Pete White says YouTube. That's my brother again, and I did write this down. So things I wrote down: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, MySpace, MSN, and then talking about Reddit and YouTube. Like it is sort of like this is social, but I don't think YouTube's a social media.
Well, YouTubers, aren't they? Is that, I don't know.
But you have Instagrammers as well. That's like a profession. You can be an Instagrammer.
Yeah, I guess you can be a professional grammer, can't you?
Professional
I
grammer.
hate those people because I'm very jealous. And I want to be paid to drink gin.
Oh, that would be lovely. I'd like that. Sorry if you got a bit of belching down the microphone there. I don't know how sensitive this is. I always worry if I get like a tummy rumble, like, oh no, everyone's going to hear my tummy rumble. Sam says you have a kind face, Hetty.
I do have a kind face.
Hetty has a very kind face and a very rectangular bottom. That's all you need to know about her. Anyway, we're going to draw this section to a close and move on to our final question. But for now, I think personally, I'm putting Instagram forward as my favorite. What are you thinking, Hetty?
I would agree. Yeah.
So we think Instagram here. I know a lot of the comments said Twitter, but let us know. Quickly comment before we move on. Final say, what is the best social media? Cam says maybe it was just a George thing. I think it was just a George thing. George does get a lot of animosity. I've seen him be utterly. I've seen a crowd very much turn on George. He does get some abuse. Jack says Twitter. That's the thing is I put out a question and I'm very aware that there's a streaming delay, so I don't know how we're going to get anything back in. Jack says Twitter. Well, that's the only comment we're going to accept. Jack says Twitter, so the audience say Twitter, we say Instagram, and Henry Futcher says George was a nonce. Thank you, Henry. So our final topic: what is better, Easter or Halloween? Your initial thoughts, Hetty?
Easter. 4 days off, isn't it, mate?
That's a good point. I didn't consider Easter bank holiday.
Because you don't have a full-time job. I've still got a daytime job. And me having a Monday, Friday, I'm having a lovely 4-day weekend.
Oh, Monday. So Monday weekend, Friday, long weekend, 4 days. But then it's hard to. You just enjoy the time off because it's hard. Surely that Easter weekend is going to be very expensive for like day breaks or getaways.
No, just stay in your house.
Just stay.
Obviously
now, yes. Please stay home. Please don't leave.
The weekend is usually stay at home, watch films, might go around mum's for a roast, eat a lot of chocolate. What more could you want? There's no pressure of Christmas. There's no pressure of presents, and there's no pressure of fancy dress.
Okay. So that's an interesting point you raised about Halloween. I would say that Easter and Halloween are both calorie holidays, so all of the chocolate you eat doesn't count. But there is an issue with Halloween, as you say, with parties and that costumes. And this was mentioned by Charlotte McDonald in the comments. She said she didn't like that she'd put off. I know Charlotte, she's very creative. And I really wish, if you have a picture of this, I'd love to see it. Please send it to me. She said she made a costume of her as a spider. And when her arms moved, all the spider arms moved. And she hated that she put in the effort for that. And then when she got to the party, it was just lots of kind of half naked girls doing like sexy outfits.
That's what I hate about Halloween. I love fancy dress. Any excuse to do fancy dress, on it, mate. But and it goes back to the pouting. The sexy black cat should be illegal at Halloween.
If you're dressed up as an animal at Halloween, you're not allowed to have sex. We've decreed it here on the show.
Yeah,
you can't get laid at a Halloween party dressed as an animal.
I had a friend at uni who went to a Halloween party with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's ex was there, and the ex was dressed as a sexy black cat, and my friend decided to go as Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. She had a bald cap on and everything, and that I instantly respected her. I thought she was the best.
That's so good. Paul Cox agrees with you on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in, Paul. And he says Easter is the best. Danica says Halloween is the best. Do you have any? That's the thing. I worry if we talk about costumes. I'm just going to want to see photos.
I think Halloween is in my mind because my mum and dad used to dress me up as something weird every year for Halloween. And there was one year. I was about 8 or 9, so I was becoming aware that I was chubbier and bigger than the rest of the other girls. And they decided for the Halloween disco to dress me up as a spell book. I was instantly like 4 times wider than I would have been. I couldn't dance because the book was so heavy, so I just had to sit on the side. And they put that down as their greatest achievement, that spellbook costume.
Oh my goodness, that's you. I feel like you've had some traumatic costume experiences.
My mum and dad are very creative.
Peter on Facebook says Halloween, but he'd like to do an American Halloween because they go all out for it.
Oh, they do it. I'd like to do a Halloween heist like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, that would be good. I love. Did you see? I'm a big fan of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Halloween heist. Pete says Sophie says Halloween for kids, so Halloween's better for like kids, but Easter is for all ages.
Yeah. I
feel like at Halloween as an adult, I feel like you can't eat chocolate with the same level of lack of a weird way to phrase it, but the same level of lack of shame as you can at Easter.
Yeah, my favourite thing about Halloween is November the 1st when you see the walks of shame the next morning when they're dressed still in their costumes.
November 1st, you got sexy black cat and Wallace from Wallace and Gromit walking down the street with their high heels in hand. Dax Sandler says Halloween, Easter is boring. It's just an excuse for a few bank holidays. There's a good point. You do get more time off, but there's not really like events for Easter. Not really any parties.
Yeah, but I don't get invited to many Halloween parties. Do you?
No, I don't. I'd really love. I've been chatting to a few people recently. I'd love a Eurovision party. I've never been to a Eurovision party.
That's what I said. It was going to be my plan.
It was you. That's who I was talking to. Sorry. Yeah.
My boyfriend got into it in the past couple of years. We're normally drinking cocktails, and this was the year I said, should we have my friends round? We'll watch Eurovision together, and that was going to be the plan. And obviously, we had an amazing Eurovision with the Iceland entry. And look what happened.
Yeah, no, it's all gone wrong. If you're missing Eurovision, though, don't worry. 16th of May, all the plans are in motion for my very own Eurovision. Hetty's involved. I won't reveal any secrets, but it's all it's all coming together quite nicely. Josh Cox says, what if I was a sexy duck pouting? Can he get laid at Halloween party?
I mean, I don't know. I never want to meet this person in my life.
He's a very personable man. I don't think I've ever met anyone that doesn't like Josh, so that's quite funny. Halloween celebrates fun, scary things. Easter celebrates real, brutal torture and murder. That is a good point about the kind of crucifixion message of Jesus.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it? I always remember I remember Easter being quite heavy at school. Remember the Easter message. But this Easter I watched Vicar Dibley, so it was great.
Oh, that is a good Easter. Charlotte says the American part of them both makes them worse. So she doesn't like she commented this earlier as well. I do have it written down: Americanization and commercialization. She doesn't like the kind of level of the profiteering and the spectacle of it. And she said in her comments, maybe she's going to disagree on the YouTube. Maybe she changed her mind. I don't know. Let us know, Charlotte. She said that Easter was better just because of the religious message. Like, it actually had a point. What is the point of Halloween?
Well, my mum gets very strong opinions about Halloween because she thinks it's a very, traditionally, it's a very sad festival. It's a pagan festival for the Day of the Dead walked.
Oh,
That's
right.
where Halloween comes from. That every year she gets a bit... it's supposed to be a sad festival, and then dresses herself up as a witch.
A sexy witch, or?
My mum's sexy. She can do anything she likes, and she'll still be sexy.
Oh, I love it.
So it's a trait that hasn't been passed down to me.
No, you've got a sexy cuboid ass, Hetty. Let me tell you. So Sam says it's lambing season at Easter. Just don't go to the farm hungover. I'm not entirely sure what that means.
Oh, do you not know this story?
No, what happened?
Oh my God, this is my best fan story. So we went to Lucy B's for a party, and that was the night that Sanj invented this shot, which was a vodka shot with a pickled onion in it.
Right.
And we got absolutely hammered. Jake slept on my chest all night. And then the next morning, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and Sandy was due to go to a farm, and his wife rang him, and he was like on the verge of tears, like so hungover.
Oh my God!
While his kids were on the phone, like screaming, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the farm." And he was very worried that he was so hungover that he was gonna smell lambing and just vomit everywhere.
That's very fun, especially because his children at the time must have been both under 5. What a torturous event. That's so funny. My brother Pete has made a very funny comment. He said, depends if you can on Halloween, if you go as Jesus on the cross or the Easter Bunny, you get the best of both worlds. Very good point. You can meet in the middle. But
that is true.
That is very funny though, that lambing story. I'm surprised I've never heard that before. That's a good...
I hate Halloween when someone does a controversial costume.
Oh, people go as like Osama bin Laden or something.
Yeah, because they think they're a laugh. They think they're like full of bants and that, and they're not. They're normally just a dickhead. Yeah, I mean, also, people, because I've seen it in recent years where people go as Osama bin Laden. Like, he's not even the main terrorist anymore. At least bother looking up who's the kingpin of ISIS. Go as them. Well, the people that dress up as Jimmy Savile, because why? Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, that is a bit odd. Although, of all the paedophiles, he probably has the most distinctive look. So I understand why they pick Savile over others. But yeah, I do agree on controversial costumes. A bit weird. Xander says, All Hallows Eve rocks, but Halloween is an Americanism of that. Charlotte makes a good point. She also says that at least people remember where Easter is. They forget the origins of Halloween. So she agrees with your mum. She thinks that people should be more aware of the origins of Halloween. Joe on Facebook says, completely agree about the commercialization of Halloween. It's meant to be about the birth of our Dark Lord Satan. People have forgotten the true message. It's very sad. Paul Cox found that very funny. Put a little laughing emoji and blowing a celebratory, those ones. That emoji.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. What's your favorite emoji? Well, we're having so many texters today. That's what, not texters, commenters. That's what they call it on the radio. Not a text topic today. Charlotte says, can we talk about the terrible part of knocking and demanding sweets and threatening them if not? You don't demand Easter eggs aggressively at Easter from strangers.
Well, they've not met me.
You aggressively demand Easter eggs, do you?
No, we're good. No,
So Halloween's trick or treat, and Easter is give me an Easter egg or I'll shank you.
Yeah, that should be the other way, because you should be using the eggs to throw eggs at Easter. That would make more sense than it does at Halloween. I never went trick or treating as a kid. I think I went once with my sister, like to the next house along. I don't really enjoy it because I don't really enjoy talking to strangers.
Yeah, I will. I feel like when I was very little, I didn't have that kind of chatting, going up to strangers' doors anxiety. But now I'm not up to that.
No, it's not for me. And I'm pleased that we live in a flat, so we don't get any.
People don't come into the whole flat and do every door.
No, because I think I'd feel quite angry if there were children that didn't put effort into their costume, because I had to go through the trauma of most effort in costumes as a spell book and stuff like that. So if they've just gone and got an outfit from Asda, they're out, mate.
I think you've got a great affinity with Charlotte in the comments, who's creating some amazing creative costumes, and then everyone's just it's all skimp versus effort. It's not fair. Cam said, so Charlotte said you don't demand eggs aggressively at Easter from strangers. Cam says you do if you're needing a surrogate, which is and then Jack Sadler is dark. Very, very dark. Jack Sadler's put a dabbing emoji. I don't even know he's managed to do a dabbing emoji. Is that a emoji on the phone?
Must be.
Clearly. We've got a new comment on Facebook as well. Paul Cox is all witches and stockings. I've never wanted to do anything to the Easter Bunny. So he says Halloween's sexier from a sexual standpoint. He'd prefer Easter.
Yeah, but if Easter dress up was a thing, there'll be girls that be dressing up as a Playboy bunny instead.
That's a good point. Yeah. So
and that would wind me up as well.
Do you think should we make Easter sexier?
I just don't think I like girls being sexy. It winds me up.
This girl's being sexy. You're sexy, Hetty. You are. Go believe in yourself.
Effortlessly sexy rather than pretending to be or doing what you think is sexy.
Well, that's the thing. Is I'll quickly come back to it. I just want to say, behave in the YouTube comments. It's all going on over there between Cam and Charlotte. This is interesting actually. They've clashed before as a southern northern. Not northern, he's Scottish. I have to make that clear distinction. They have clashed before over the Scotland southern divide. So behave over there in YouTube. Jack Sadler says, are we talking about adult Halloween or kids Halloween? Because there is no adult Easter. That's a good point. No adult Easter. Do you think we should maybe create a kids adult Easter divide?
I mean, the thing now that you put Baileys and an Easter egg is pretty good. I like that. That's a good tradition. I don't know. I've never really thought about it, because Easter's just Easter, isn't it? Easter's just 4 days of eating chocolate, whereas Halloween is a lot of effort to go into it. Yeah,
there is. You have to do more for Halloween. I don't think I've been. I don't think. I'm trying to think of the last time I went to a kind of dress up party. I suppose my sixth form social, first year of sixth form, so that would have been 4 years ago now, where it was an international theme, so I went as a lumberjack, but I've not been to any dress up parties since. Maybe they're just not a thing. Have you been to adult dress up parties?
I went to my auntie's a couple of years ago. No, I feel like all my dress up days were at uni. Well, we would do dress up like on Tuesday night for no reason.
Oh, right.
Well, we should. I think what I've established from this is that we should have a Halloween party this year.
We should have a Halloween party and a Eurovision party. We just have lots of parties when this all ends.
Lots of parties.
Alex FP says, I went as Andrew's hairline for Halloween and terrified the older kids. Okay, especially that's especially mean because on YouTube they've got a higher angle, so they're getting a lot of this hairline. But yes, he said he's going to go as my hairline for Halloween. Joe says he'll host the Halloween party. Apologies if my video is frozen on Facebook as well. It seems to have stopped, and we're hemorrhaging viewers. So sorry if that's happened. If you can still hear us, please let us know. Charlotte says, very good. I've not read the context out of that, so I won't read the comment because it won't make sense. But very good comeback, Charlotte, to Cam. Danica says, we're having a Halloween party this year. Andrew, what sexy costume will you wear? Well, yeah.
You could go as yourself, Andrew.
Oh, stop it, Hetty. You should go as yourself. You can rock it with the best of them.
No, I want to go as Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
She is good. That's a good choice. She's a very. I think she's easily the sexiest Disney. Not that Disney princesses should be sexualized. Leave ducks and Disney princesses alone. But of all of them, Esmeralda, poor.
She's not a princess. She was dropped for being too sexy.
I mean, understandable. Imagine that. Imagine getting fired for being too sexy.
And if you like Disney, listen to my podcast with Sanjay Arif.
Very good.
I'll give that a plug there.
Yeah, Hetty's got a podcast with Sanjay Arif, our guest for week 1. So you get to see both of those wonderful guests discussing Disney films, because you've not seen a lot of Disney films, have you, Hetty?
No, not a lot. No.
So that's kind of you're discovering Disney for the first time. Very worth checking out. Tina says, what Andrew lacks in hairline, he makes up for in humour. Thank you, Tina, defending me against your own son. Charlotte said the North should not. Oh God, I've not been reading out the Scotland Southern divide, so I won't read that comment. But another bloody bosh back from Charlotte. It's all kicking off in the YouTube comments. We've got a new comment on Facebook. Live stream on Facebook breaking up real bad now. I'm so sorry, Dawn. Joe says he lost the stream. So yeah, sorry about that, the live stream. I hope you're enjoying the show. I just quickly, sorry guys, just let them know that I am aware that's happening. Sam says plug, Tina says Andrew, and then a laughing emoji. Paul Cox said had to abandon Facebook, kept stopping and starting. We've had consistent issues with Facebook. It's so annoying.
That was a problem I had last week with Rigdon.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how to fix this. I think I'm going to have to end. Oh, Joe says he's got it back now, so that's good. Can't wait for independence. The true North will prevail. So there's a kind of there's a baby Scotland independence debate going on YouTube. It's all got a bit weird. Let's bring it back to the subject. So sorry, Hetty. I feel like I've kind of been managing and left you in the lurch a little bit. You want to defend? I
was reading the comments too.
Oh, you read the YouTube comments. You want to defend Easter as the best holiday?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
low effort.
Low effort. I think. I've not been tallying it. I think a lot of people on YouTube and Facebook do agree that Easter is the best. We talk about parties. You could have a Halloween party, but let's just make Easter parties a thing. I think any excuse for a party. You got a long weekend. It doesn't matter what you're hungover for, unless you're going lambing, of course. Maybe don't go lambing after you get smashed on Easter.
Vodka pickled onion. Oh man, we started Monster Munch so bad the next day.
Oh, start with Monster Munch. Oh, because of the pickled onion, right? Facebook has now officially stopped. So sorry everyone on Facebook if you're watching. Joshua Cook says, I think YouTube and Facebook have realised you're streaming on both and Facebook has pulled the plug. That's true. This is illegal. It's against their terms of service.
Breaking the law.
I don't think it's the law. I don't think terms of service counts in a law of court, a court of law. But yeah, maybe that's what's happened. I really need to work out this Facebook thing because, a lot of people don't have YouTube accounts and they can't comment and get involved. So I do need to keep Facebook as an option for people. But
you just need a TV show. That's all you need.
Oh, I'd love a TV show. Oh, that'd be good. I did a stream. You watched it? I did a quiz stream. That was really fun. I'd love to do that on a big scale.
Yeah, you'd be a good quiz host, I think.
Thank you. Maybe I should do a YouTube, even if the people that commission that, maybe if they don't commission it again, I say commission, but that let me do it. If they don't let me do it again, maybe I'll just do it on Facebook and YouTube anyway. Sanders says Halloween I would hold higher over Easter just because it is autumn and I love autumn. That is a good point. We've not considered the weather conditions. I prefer the Easter weather.
Oh, I do love autumn.
You like autumn, so actually, despite defending Easter, you prefer the weather of Halloween.
Yeah, I love fireworks night.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, that's the thing. I have kind of. I mean, the structure of the show is a provocative question. What is the best, and then a something versus something. So I've not been able to include stuff like bonfires night and things like that. Would you prefer one of those holidays over Easter, Halloween?
I mean, no, Easter still wins it because of the days off.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think we can. I think Christmas is too big a thing to put into the mix. that, so we can't.
But Christmas is quite stressful as well.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of kind of pressure for presents and Christmas dinner. Jack Sadler says we need to replace Jeremy Vine with you. Thank you, Jack. If anyone from BBC Two is listening, I'd love to host a radio show. Charlotte McDonald says Easter is better, but only because Halloween is so awful. Tina says Easter is a religious holiday. So do we have to dress up as Jesus and the disciples? You could do. That's the thing.
My beard is getting strong now.
You look like one of the Jesus' disciples, do you? You got
that or Chewbacca.
A hairy, square-bottomed, sexy-faced, bearded lady. That's me. That's Hetty. I'll just quickly read out these last YouTube comments, and then we'll kind of wrap up. Nobody dressed up as the Guy Fawkes anymore. Bring back Penny for the Guy. It's a good point on Halloween, on Bonfire Night. But this is the thing, where we've been defending it, I think I would agree with you. I'd put Easter as the best, but only because of the time of the year. I really love this type of weather. I think Halloween is more exciting, but there's no reason for us not to make Easter exciting. Let's have Easter parties. Let's dress up as Jesus and the disciples. Let's get drunk, but keep all the rules that make Halloween bad, such as the over sexiness. We'll put that to one side, so we can make Easter kind of a best of holiday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good. Next year we'll be on it for Easter.
Perfect. Right, we've sorted Easter for 2021. We're gonna have a smashing Easter. Tina says I love Hetty. So that's a lot of love and praise for you there, Hetty. Charlotte says my mum says hi. Hello, Charlotte's mum. If you didn't hear that, Tina, Hetty said thank you. I don't know how. Hopefully, you're being picked up quite well on the mic. I've got a very kind of janky setup. I can show you now. I've got my dad's car phone holder being held in a glass by a stapler, holding the phone here. And then this phone was the call-in phone, but we only had one caller. And he said, I love you, which was nice. Sandra says, if we're dressing up as Jesus, you have to have holes in your hands. Nice dark note to end on. But thank you so much for joining me, Hetty. Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it.
Good. And
it's really fun.
It's fun. I do enjoy this. I think it's a good format. I just wish we could fix the tech issues, really. Thank you for joining us, everyone, on YouTube. We decided, what did we decide in the end?
Pouting's bad.
Pouting's bad. Instagram's best, and Easter is better. I say we thought Instagram was best. The overwhelming majority on YouTube and Facebook did say Twitter. So the people have said Twitter, but we're the people on air, so we're overriding you.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is kind of pretty much the opposite of the point of the show. Is kind of an open debate, but no, we are objectively saying that Instagram is the best. But really, the best way of connecting people is YouTube. So please do subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye. Thank you, Hetty.
Bye.